Good morning? Whatever it is. Hey, welcome into twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. My name is Graham D. And I'm joined by a well-illuminated Bib. I'll read Bib. Yeah.
It's pretty lit in here, Graham. It's getting litty.
Nice. So if you're wondering, yes, it may be 3 minutes past 4, but we did just check. I don't know if you'll hear it through the mic, but Alexa, what time is it in New York?
In New York, it's 11:04 a.m.
So yeah, I don't know if you got that. In New York, it's 11:04 a.m. 11 is just after 10, so that means we are live in New York at 10 a.m.-ish, which is exactly when we go live each and every single weekday with this, The Scoop, the UK's #1 video game podcast, if we do say so ourselves. We are here for the next hour or so, probably just a bit less because, you know, it is 4:05 and end of the workday and stuff like that. And we've got things to do, people to be, places to say hi to and stuff. Nice. So yeah, do feel free to stick around. Grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a seat, get comfortable. We will bring you the biggest, the best, and breaking stories in the world of video games. We'll give you our thoughts and impressions on those stories, but we want to hear your thoughts and impressions. And then your thoughts and impressions on our thoughts and impressions. That's kind of how the whole thing works. So please do feel free to get involved in the chat. We are live on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. As I just mentioned, where we go live each and every single weekday at 10 a.m.-ish in New York. Nice. Don't question it, just go with it.
Yeah, logic.
10 a.m.-ish. Nice. But yeah, please do feel free to get involved in the show, just because it's nice to have you in the chat, but also because the live stream is turned into a podcast. We are on Twitch, but there's a video that goes out on YouTube and an audio podcast later on iTunes and Spotify and Amazon Music and Google Play. That's lots of places where over 200,000 people have watched and listened to this podcast on demand. So please feel free to get involved on behalf of those. Before we go any further, though, a little bit of love for our channel sponsors. Shout out to Astro, !Astro. We need to make an ! Logi or Logitech or whatever, Logitech G, all of the names, because we've been kitted out. So not only do me and Bib now have wireless mices, but we've both got brand new keyboards too. And today we can't lift these ones up because, you know, they're wired in. We are now the owner of PowerPlay mouse mats.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So I've got the box of mine here, which wasn't intended for placement and spawn, but here we go. We'll go for it anyway. ! No, hashtag ad, hashtag spawn. Eesh. These things are fucking incredible, by the way. If you have...
Glides.
You are?
It glides.
Phenomenal. If you have a Logitech mouse, genuinely consider getting yourself one of those, because if you've got a PowerPlay mouse like this, basically that bit there is a battery, and when it's on the mouse mat, it's charging, so it never runs out of power, despite being wireless, which is mind-blowing. So yeah, I mean, that's obviously a spawn, because if you do buy anything from Astro using code Ice Cream, you'll save yourself 10%, but you will earn for us as well. We will make profit on that. So it naturally is a spawn. So take it as a pinch. We might just be selling you sales bullshit and not truly believe what we've just said. But genuinely, it's awesome. From my perspective, it's awesome. You can choose whether that's real or not. It's up to you. But yeah, shout out to Logitech, shout out to Astro for all the support that they give us on the channel as well. They are actually giving us a bit more support, but I can't tell you about that, but you will find out soon. Yeah. So there's all sorts of cool stuff going on.
It's one of those things, though, Graham. Like, we get a lot of sponsors wanting to sponsor our content. However, we only partner up with the people who, one, we use their stuff because it's fantastic. Why would we not want to use the stuff? And it's stuff that we feel like you guys might be able to benefit from as well. Same with the GTM Mega Shares. Same with Insert Coin. There's a reason why we partner with all these companies, and that's because they are the best around, whether or not that'll be customer service, whether or not that'll be products, whether or not that'll be just someone looking after us when we say, this isn't working quite right. And they go, do you know what? We'll sort that out for you. Do you know what I mean? All of this stuff, all bundled up. It just makes a great experience for everyone, not just us, you guys as well.
Yeah. It's awesome from a console gamer. That's not quite true. I have 76 screens here, I'll have you know. So I am a PC worker.
Absolutely.
No, it's great from someone that works. So I work in this environment as well. So it's great for that, having the ability to have the full freedom of being able to move shit around 1 minute I'll be taking a conference call here. The next minute I'll be fucking creating a presentation, whilst also fucking all sorts of other stuff. So it's good to have that level of flexibility from someone that works in this space too. But also, I do have a PC and do occasionally play some PC games. So having the facilities to be able to do that flexibly as well is really, really good. So yeah. But yeah, if you are a console gamer, you probably don't need a mouse and keyboard, so then it's probably not for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, good. Anyway, as well as that, reminders that anyone that does watch this channel, do feel free to subscribe. You don't have to. We do not make anyone subscribe to see our content. Our videos are always available on demand, completely free, as always. But if you did want to subscribe to the channel, it does obviously help keep the lights and mics on and does allow us to do a bit more creative stuff on the channel because, you know, money comes in means money goes out. That's how the world works. But as a reward for that, not only do you get emotes, not only do you get ad-free viewing, but on the first Monday of every month we have the exclamation mark loot drop, where we give one prize to one subscriber on the channel. Nice. Shout out to Batman Dan, who's still waiting on his prize, even though I've messaged him twice. So he wants a copy of Jedi Survivor. We'll give it him. It's not out yet, but when it is, we'll give it him. This time next week, he'll have that. Also, shout out to Sam, who won a game that he couldn't have. So now has taken one of these bad boy hats instead because he knows style, he knows fashion. It is what it is.
Absolutely.
Nice. Next month's giveaway will be not the Monday coming, the Monday after. So in 10 days' time, if you are a sub to the channel, you will be entered into the next giveaway, which I don't know what it could be. I mean, maybe we'll throw away one of the games that we're going to play. Like tonight, maybe we'll be streaming a brand new game on the channel. Tell us a little bit more, babe.
Yeah, you might as well call me the Dead Man, Graham, because we are jumping into Dead Island 2. Again, thank you very much to Play On for supplying us with a key for this game that we was going to play anyway. But yeah, thank you very much. You saved us some money. Yeah, we're gonna play some Dead Island again. A game very close to my heart, so I'm very excited about jumping into Dead Island 2 and then seeing what this game has to offer after waiting 9 years for it.
Yeah. So not only do we have a copy of that as well, but Gaming Nacho will be streaming that in about 50 minutes time. If you're watching this live on Twitch, about when we wrap up, Gaming Nacho will be jumping over to play Dead Island 2. And I was in his stream earlier on, and he did say, I must admit, I did see you guys tweeting saying you've signed up and you're ready for it. So I also did the same. Let's go, Nacho. Nice. See that? Influencing the influencers. That's just what we do. It's just what we do. But yeah, do feel free to jump in. Check out Nacho's stuff. He will be live from about 5ish tonight. And then later on tonight, Bibby will be playing some Dead Iceland. Not Iceland, the place, but just because we're ice cream uploads and it's Ireland. You get it? You got it. Nice. Okay, just checking. Does say Bibby's at home, not ICU studio. That's good to see. So yeah, remember, exclamation mark loot drop if you want to get involved in the loot drop. Basically, just be a sub in 10 days' time and you will be entered into a giveaway without having to do anything else. For now, though, we're going to talk about video game news because that's what we do here on Ice Cream Uploads. At least 5 times a week. I say at least times. We aim for 5 times a week. Sometimes not so much.
Just for 3 times, actually.
So yes, we have a few stories for you guys today. We're going to kick things off by talking about the fact that Xbox and Elon Musk are having a war. Ooh, yeah, what is it good for? Well, not posting clips to Twitter. That's what it is. So Xbox owners can no longer share their game uploads straight to Twitter. You got a nice cool clip? You want to share it on Twitter? Tough. God damn. Elon Musk has threatened to sue Microsoft. It's all great in the world of Twitter. It's great. Love it. The best thing
Definitely worth your £12 a month.
The best thing is working in that environment. It's great. It's not. It's fucking stressful as fuck. After that, we're going to talk about a game that may not be real. Or might be. We hope it is. I mean, I really hope it is, but it might not be. It's The Day Before, which apparently is now coming a few months later. A few months after, / probably never. If you don't know what I'm saying there, basically it's a game that we're super excited about, that a lot of people are dubious about it being real or not. Well, it looks like it might be, as there is a beta coming, as the developer has re-emerged following a calendar app kerfuffle. Basically, The Day Before name got taken. So they had to rebrand, rechange, shift all their plans around, and now the game is still on track to be released later this year, but they have a beta coming for it now. We'll then talk about another game that's definitely not real. Or is it? If you like shooters and you like fecking ridiculously realistic graphics, I recommend you grab a seat and sit around, because our third story we're talking about, is it Unrecord or Unrecord? I'm not sure how you pronounce it.
I think it's Unrecord.
So Unrecord then is a game that has been doing the loops because it looks too good to be true. Like literally. So that's our third story of the day. If you want to see more of that, we'll jump into that, and then we'll talk about Ubisoft showing off Division Heartland, Division 2's Year 5 roadmap, which is a follow-up to a story that we had on Wednesday. And it's Friday, and there's free games. So that leads to, what is it, babe?
Free game Friday.
Nice. There you go. Free game Friday to wrap things up. You want something free for the weekend? We got you. But for now, Mr. Bibb, do you have an Xbox?
I do, Graham, yeah.
Do you have a Twitter account?
I most certainly do, Graham.
That's great, because that's all the information I needed to get myself ready. I'll just jump into the article now. Thank you for the padding. Nice! Victoria Kennedy over at Eurogamer says, Xbox owners can no longer share game uploads straight to Twitter as Elon Musk threatens to sue Microsoft. So Microsoft has disabled its function that allowed users to share their game uploads directly to Twitter from the Xbox console and Windows game bar. Quote, you can still share your favourite moments to Twitter via the Xbox app for Android and iOS, end quote. Microsoft assured users last night while sharing this news. In a recent update, Microsoft additionally revealed that starting on the 25th of April, which is 4 days' time, its smart campaigns with multi-platform will no longer support Twitter, end quote. Excuse me 1 second.
Burp.
Absolutely burp. 100% burp. The multinational technology corporation stated as of this date, users will be unable to access their Twitter accounts through Microsoft's social management tool, create and manage drafts or tweets, view past tweets and engagement, or schedule tweets. It noted that, quote, other social media channels, end quote, will continue to be available, name-checking Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Hey, look at all my cool friends, but not those dickheads at Twitter, basically, is what he's saying there. This follows Elon Musk's, if you aren't aware, that is short for elongated muskrat, just to confirm. So this follows elongated muskrat's controversial takeover of the social media platform, with the Twitter boss now requiring companies to pay API fees, something Microsoft is reportedly refusing to do. Muskrat himself, meanwhile, has threatened to sue Microsoft for allegedly using data from Twitter without his permission. How has he shared this news? Via a tweet, of course. Quotes, Microsoft trained illegally using Twitter data, Musk tweeted on Wednesday. He then closed with two choice words, lawsuit time. End quote. Ever since Muskrat took over Twitter back in October, he has been making headlines. Soon after his introduction, mass layoffs were made throughout the company, including Twitter's then social lead for gaming. Meanwhile, Muskrat hired notorious hacker George GeoHots to fix the flailing social network search functionality. However, this collaboration did not last long, with Hots resigning from Twitter just shy of a month after starting. Most recently, many have lost their official blue tick, so keep that in mind when searching for genuine information, companies, and people. Just another day in the world of Twitter, right? The interesting thing at the moment is, I'm a little bit off tangent, is, so we work in video game social media. So we work on a bunch of social accounts for a bunch of different channels. That involve channels that have no form of verification. That involves channels that had blue tick verification. And that involves, more recently, some channels that have the gold tick, the organization. This is the new standard for companies and verification on Twitter. All right, that's cool. And then a bunch of the channels that have gold ticks just had those yeeted today for no apparent reason whatsoever. So it's just fucking... Anyway, that leads us nicely into the fact that Xbox now have had functionality embedding content directly onto Twitter that has been yoinked, because elongated muskrat says that, you know what, I am the all-powerful Elon, I have the all-powerful Twitter, and people should give me all of the monies for all of the things all of the time. And Microsoft said, nah, you're all right, and call his bluff. Thoughts, Pip?
Yeah, it's weird because you can still do it, but from your mobile. So it's not, so you everything that you save goes into your like dashboard thing anyway, unless you've got it set to just go onto a USB drive or something like that. it goes into your game bar, shall we say, that's available on your phone, and you can do it from there. But it's a bit odd that you just can't do it from your console because it's still the exact same thing, apart from now you do it from your phone instead. If they just stopped it altogether, that would make more sense. But to only take one of these things away for you to do it directly from the console, I don't know. Maybe you couldn't implement it to Android and iOS. That's why you're able to do it from your mobile and not directly from a Microsoft system. And he wants them to be able to play ball. I don't know, Graham. Like, this is the small caveats in this that I just don't understand because it just seems backwards. But that's just the way Twitter is at the moment, isn't it? Like, there's no logic to any, there's no rhyme or reason to anything that's coming out of it at this moment in time.
There's a moth in the room. 12, welcome in. Lotus ratatatat. Mark, good. I say good morning. Good. It's morning in New York. It's fine. Hang on. Elon added a huge charge for the Twitter API, then got butthurt when companies are removing Twitter integration. I heard they removed Twitter from their ad platform. LOL. Imagine. Whoa. No, I'm the one that's a dick to you. You're not a dick to me. Yeah. Imagine that. Because, like, not many people can compete with the world's richest man, but the dudes over at Microsoft can. And it doesn't matter if you have more money when the other person competing against you also has multiple billion pounds of fortune. Because at that point, if you've got 10 billion, having 50 billion versus 10 billion doesn't really matter that much. Mm-hmm. It's like, great, you are untouchable and so am I. Nice. So he doesn't like it that people have systems. I mean, and arguably, when it comes to software systems, Twitter 5 years ago was the peak, like, in terms of the peak social platform. Over the last few years, naturally, content digestion has changed with the increase of stories infecting everything, and naturally that has died off again over the last 12 months, so that stories has started to drop back to Instagram / TikTok, that sort of vibe, but nothing like that really exists on Twitter. So Twitter still has its function. It's a quick digest, subscribed news source with a bunch of verified-ish celebrities that you can count on their news from, and you will only get the content that you've subscribed to by following people. Fast forward a year, and all of that's gone. Verification's gone out the window. People that are toxic and harmful are now back on the platform. The fucking For You tab keeps getting reopened up every 5 seconds to show you content from racist, fucking sexist, malicious twats that you don't even follow. You will get that stuff pushed into your face front and center. So people are going, okay, well, do you know what? If you're going to feck us off from your no longer market-leading platform, we will feck you off of our actual market-leading platforms. So let's go. Yeah. Which is funny, but it's funny, but it's also hugely disappointing because Twitter, because of the nature of the beast, is my preferred social media platform of choice. Facebook's just garbage since they introduced the news feed rather than the timeline. Crap, not interested in it, is shit. Instagram is a visual-based platform that's good for content digestion, but it's not necessarily the best content. I mean, it's if I'm on Instagram, I'm looking at pictures of food and animal things like cute dogs and stuff like that. Whereas when I'm on Twitter, I'm digesting news sources from games news, from mainstream stuff like fucking Hollywood celebrity stuff, but stuff that impacts and interests me, that doesn't just make me go, oh, I'd like to make that Kinder Bueno cake later on. Yes, please. So there isn't a platform.
Fit Waffle. If you're not following her on Instagram, then there's something wrong with you. The amount of food that Samantha has ended up making off the back of that, and it's like 3 ingredients on how to make a Kinder shortcake or something like that. Unreal.
A no-bake Kinder cheesecake with Kinder Bueno cheesecake with Danielle the other day. Like, she woke up and she's like, "Why are you sending me cakes?" I was like, "I'm sending you cakes so you can make me cakes."
Same. I'm telling you now. I bet you it was Fit Waffle that ended up doing it. Literally, I said to Samantha, "We need to get a cookbook." I say it's a cookbook. It's a bake book. We just need to get that. And this is why I'm the size that I am, because there's just so much nice food out there that needs to be tasted, and I will risk my body and health for the sake of the great mankind.
What a guy.
Thank you.
Speaking of risking bodies and health, Twitter Hey. So yeah, it's such a bizarre situation because like the fact that you can still post your clips and stuff to Twitter, it's the dick move that Microsoft doesn't really get hurt with this. Microsoft users get hurt with this. And Microsoft users are also Twitter users. So all elongated muskrat is doing is making it so that you have to open up your phone to get your clip and share it on Twitter. Just like you do with the if you want to edit clips and stuff like that from your PlayStation captures. Your PlayStation captures on a PS5 now appear in the PlayStation app for 2 weeks so that you can upload them to your phone via that way. There's no Xbox DVR sort of function, or there wasn't until that. But the fact that you could just go straight from your Xbox onto Twitter was cool. I mean, you can tweet directly from your PlayStation as well. You can tweet your clips, but not obviously if you've got longer ones or you want to put extra words and stuff like that. You have to take the clips offline. But forcing Xbox users on into that platform, it just means that Xbox users will stop sharing their content on that platform. Like if you can share that on, like it mentioned Facebook, I can't remember which other ones. LinkedIn, I think, was one of them, which I find well bizarre.
It's weird.
I'm gonna post
sharing it to LinkedIn.
Yeah, fucking mortar kill. I've got 3 people in a Dacia. Fucking stick that on LinkedIn. Yeah.
Got a double kill. We'll share that to LinkedIn. I'm sure they'll be really happy over there about it.
But yeah,
So weird.
Facebook and Instagram embeds. Like people will just go, fuck it. Okay, it's a video file. I'll just spaff it out onto Instagram instead. So if people want to see my clips, boom, there you go. And it doesn't realize he's cutting his own nose off to spite his face in a time when Twitter, and this is the thing, doesn't realize is the key words. In a time when Twitter is rocking. And he's on the verge of people going, it's not worth the fucking hassle. Then you'd be a bit more protective. But elongated muskrat is the world's richest man and he has so many yes men around him that he doesn't have a need to even acknowledge that there is an existence of no men. So someone will go, you can't do that because it's shit. He'll go, well, you're fired. Someone else, and he'll go, yeah, you can't do, and you can do that because it's great. And he'll be like, okay, nice, there you go, that's it. So it's a shame because it will just end in the death of the platform from people not paying attention. It's only a simple thing, not being able to post your clips from Xbox to your Twitter account, but it alienates a good chunk of people that just like to talk about fucking video game content on an easily accessible platform. So, shit
the
move.
problem is there isn't a real competitor, is there, to Twitter? Like, let's have it out, cards on the table. What is the next best account, next best social media platform? I'm not talking about Instagram. I'm definitely not talking about Facebook. In terms of what Twitter offers, there is nothing out there. Hive tried it. There's been, what was the other one called
Mastodon.
that everyone went over to? Mastodon, yeah. Like these two in the last 12 months have tried and no one talks about them anymore. The Twitter are genuinely lucky. Elon is lucky that there is nothing out there at the moment that does what Twitter does that can compete, essentially.
Genuinely. Like the only reason a Mastodon and that exists is because someone else wants to do the same thing without the drama, but that will never work. Doing the same thing whilst the original thing still exists. There's a whole marketing process that if you've ever been talking about new product launches, you go through this whole process that starts with your influencer and early adopters. That these are the people like your Linus Tech Tips that'll go out and try new stuff and make you aware of it and go, oh, yeah. And then so after your market leaders, your key opinion leaders, your influencers and so on, you then start to ice cream uploads obviously because we fucking all the shit. Oh, let's go baby. And then after that you start to like you go through all your phase of early adoption into outreach, and then you get to market saturation with the mainstream that eventually take over. But nobody can really do that when Twitter still exists. So the reason why like Twitter needs to damage itself to the point where there's no PlayStation embeds, there's no Xbox embeds, there's no any other gaming platform embeds, but then having the same thing where musicians can't really do their thing on Twitter anymore. And I'm not going to say politicians and politics because elongated muskrat loves a good political talk as long as it aligns with his political persuasion exactly. But any other platforms, if they start whittling that down, either to technological flaws and cut-offs like the Xbox embeds, or just legislation, and you can't link out to other websites, which is already a thing. That's the reason why you will have seen we used to have 3 links to the same thing in our tweets, not because the extra links increased something on an algorithmic level. It just people saw the links and clicked on it. Whereas now having 3 links in is irrelevant, because if you put a link away from Twitter in your post, you will actively penalize yourself. So that's why if you look at our Go Live tweets now, the tweets that Baby will put out will be like, hey, look, we're talking about scary news stories. Here's a picture of us. Join us now. And then in the response to that is a tweet with the link to it. Because if we'd have had a link that goes outside of Twitter, on Twitter, they penalize that and then don't put it in front of as many people. They squash your tweet impressions, so you get less engagements, you get less eyes on it, you get less growth, and your tweets just don't go as far.
Stupid.
So once all of that, you throw all of that stuff together, at that point, something like Mastodon, which is a like-for-like copy, can take off. But while the original still exists, where it's easy for people to stay in the same place, they've got all of their existing followers, they follow all of the existing people that they know already, and they don't have to go through and follow that. I mean, I follow probably about 1,500, maybe more people on Twitter. I can't tell you who they all are, but I know I follow a lot of them. And fucked if I'm going to try and go through and follow shitloads of people again on another platform, because that's just effort.
Yeah.
So
we did that, didn't we?
Hover.
Yeah, but what happened to that?
Bing! Just
it died with it literally overnight. Disappeared. Like no social media presence. Discord disbanded. App doesn't work anymore. Literally overnight.
I mean, we did say that we don't think Hover would last. We did think, do you know what? It's just going to be another one. It's just clips and it's just gamers, which is great. But it wasn't just gamers. It was just streamers that were just looking for other streamers, viewers, to watch them. So the only people that were posting on Hover were people that wanted other people to watch them, but no one was proactively watching back, which meant it was a failed platform. It was just people expecting you to you to come and watch them, but them not to watch you, which doesn't work. So
I actually used Hover quite a bit initially, before I don't know, something started to change with it. I think it was what you were saying. Like the algorithm was just like Skyrim, PUBG, eFootball, Skyrim. Because I was just commenting on people's other Skyrim stuff. And then it just kind of felt like you didn't go back to it for 3 weeks, and then it was dead. So shame, but it was there.
For me, it was cool in the first few days when we were like just engaging with the people that we knew, because you were making those relationships that you already knew. Hey West, hey Hamish, hey anyone else, or whatever. Hi, high fives. But then like you'd be like, oh hey, PUBG player 72. And then they just don't respond. And it's like, oh, great. So you are literally just posting videos out and not even looking at your replies. What is the point? If you've got a platform that you're trying to branch out on, why? It's the same way we are on YouTube, but our YouTube is massively unresourced compared to our Twitter and our Twitch, because we only have a set amount of hours in the day. We do this alongside our real jobs. We work in the video games industry, and the content stuff is our bit of fun alongside that. So we don't have the hours to do properly what we do for work on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and Twitch and YouTube and TikTok and live content across Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, plus storied content and so on. There's not enough hours, because we know how many hours that takes. That's the reason we just pretty much do Twitter and Twitch. But then when we can, we'll share content to YouTube, and we'll share content to Instagram and to Facebook. But primarily, we just laser focus on these. And until one day, all of a sudden, we've got a bajillion subscribers that can pay for someone to be full-time on the channel, then we'll make more content in more avenues. Until that day happens, which is probably a never, we'll just part-time it. Jobs are good. But that means you pick and choose your fights. And that's the reason why it's the same thing. We're talking about from a work perspective and a content perspective, but that's the same perspective from your everyday person. I've just got in from work. I want to play my own video games. I want to watch a few people on stream, and then maybe I'll put some stuff out on social media. And I've already got Twitter. And I've got a TikTok that I don't even understand. I only set it up because someone told me to fucking watch a video, and it made me sign up for it. So now I've got to set up. What's a mustard on? I don't like mustard. I'll go for ketchup. I don't like mustard on anything, mate. So that's the reason why Mastodon won't be successful until Twitter gets muskratted, but it'll take another 12 to 24 months of him going on his downward spiral as he is before people go, okay, that's it, I'm done. Give me something else. We've got news feeds, we've got links that don't work. So anything I want to use it for is not allowed, and anything that's forcing me to use it for is shit. I'll go elsewhere. And until that happens, something like Mastodon won't work, which is a shame because, like you said, nothing does what Twitter does. You can get videos, images, and stuff anywhere, but getting that nice, verified, curtailed news resource, like your own personalized RSS feed from every industry, just doesn't exist anywhere.
It's the one app that I open before everything else on my phone. Whether or not it's in the morning, afternoon, or whatever, it's the first app that I want to open. Not just for the sake of having a conversation with someone. Like, that is my news source. Like, what I follow. I don't know if there's a way on your phone to be able to actually have the following section as your default one, because obviously it just automatically goes for you. But I've got to a point now where the muscle memory's kicked in, and as soon as it opens, I'm clicking following, and then I'll look through everyone the news I actually want to see, because that's how I get my gaming news. Whether or not that's something that I'm pulling through for the scoop, and I bookmark it, and then I can move it into the scripts that we end up pulling beforehand. Like, it's just the most influential social media platform that I have, and I genuinely would be lost without it. I'm not to the point where I want to pay for it, but to a point where you just think, stop fucking around with it, man, because you're making everybody's life a fucking misery, especially people who have to work in this industry as well.
Yeah. So we do pay for Twitter as well. We pay for Twitter on Ice Cream Uploads for a couple of things. I mean, it'll probably, apparently, from algorithmic levels, will give us greater exposure. I mean, I don't doubt that. With the way that fucking Twitter's going, you won't get any exposure without paying for it. But you get other functions, like being able to post 1080 videos, and Twitter video is already smashed lasagna at the best of times. So, So being able to post longer videos and better quality videos and things like that is good for us. Also, we work in video games industry. It's good to have working examples of how Twitter Blue changes things. But it's not worth it.
Yeah. So I mean, they have changed the video algorithm of it again. Video formatting. So now you can put your Instagram Reels on your YouTube Shorts and your TikToks and stuff like that. The orientation when you click a video now goes full screen, so that it reads at the bottom. You can swipe up and it'll bring you to your next video, like you can on TikTok and stuff. So they are definitely taking advice from other brands that are around them and trying to implement them for a one-stop shop. It's just, are you going to Twitter to watch videos? Because there isn't even a video section that's on it. The only way you can find more videos is by clicking a video, finding a video, clicking it, then going through whatever algorithm that they have there. And it's probably not stuff that you're going to want to see. So again, it's a shot in a miss.
That's the thing. Twitter owns Vine. Vine is Instagram's Reels. Vine is TikTok. But Twitter and Vine were two separate beasts because they tried to merge it into one another and just didn't quite work. So eventually Vine died. Look at the past. Yes, more people are using Reels and stuff like that, but it's not Twitter. It's a different thing. I know you want that level of success. Well, do that separately. Have them as two companies that work side by side, kind of thing. It's like BBC and ITV are two separate channels that can coexist in the same space alongside each other. They're not the same. They're completely different. They don't work together.
What do we have to pay for?
Yeah, exactly. But like, still same, but different, but still same. Like in that sort of sense, it's a massively flawed analogy because it's not the same company and so on. But you get the BBC One and BBC Two. That's probably a better angle. Different channels for different people with different content, but owned by the same company. And then you get to like BBC Three and all that sort of shit. It's the same. Just keep it different. And that's what they should be doing there. But no, in their divine wisdom, it's like, no, we want people to look at cat videos and see what's happened in Prime Minister's questions in the same platform. And it's like different horses, different courses, mate. No. Okay, let me jump back. 12 Head says, tits. Hi, how you doing? Hey. It's nice, mate. Thank you very much. Just the
thank you.
Big Laser Pen says bikini holes. Oh, I think they're still talking about us there. Let's go. maybe that's what these guys are watching on Instagram. Is that what it is? Is that what it was?
Apparently so. Yeah.
I need to go to floorball. See, what's floorball?
I don't know. Do you remember crab football? Is that something that you did round your end? Crab football.
Can
It was
you wanna
something
run
that we did at
sideways?
Scouts. No, it's something that we did when we was in Scouts,
Tied
or
together?
Beavers or whatever. So it was basically floor football. So you couldn't stand up, and you had to basically shimmer around on the floor. So you'd have to crawl towards the football. So you could swing your leg and you could kick the ball, but you couldn't go on all fours, and you couldn't stand up. That was pretty much it. Yeah, you literally had to shimmy around. Like you were basically moving diagonal the entire way around. Jesus,
Your
that's a
PE
throwback.
teacher was absolutely blottoed. It's just like, fuck it,
It,
let's
it was
see
at
what we can
Scouts
get.
and Beavers.
Let's see what
Never
we can
had
get these
free
kids
PE.
to do. Let's see what we can get these kids to do. Fuck it, yeah, go on then. Yeah, you all just lie around on the floor. This is great fun.
I cannot be the only person that ended up playing this. Surely someone in the chat will know what I'm talking about. If you still listen to this on YouTube, go into the comments below. Did you ever play crab football? I mean, again, it's probably not something that you played in school. It's probably something that if you went to Scouts or did you go Scouts or Beavers?
No, did I fall?
Yeah, yeah.
Grew up in Huddersfield, mate. I went to the end of the street and had a fight.
Yeah, yeah.
It should be renamed to Twatter since it's being run by a twat. Did you see that he's changed the name on the outside of the building to Titter? And I think I saw something saying it officially changed the name of the company to Titter as well because he thought it was funny. Imagine Titter. From the CEO of your business, like the person that's your boss's boss has gone, we're called Titter now. Okay, here's my bye, I'm leaving. Nice, I'm gone. Okay, hello gay boys. I don't think you can say stuff like that, Dobby, fuck's sake. But you know, it was one time Bibby looked really good in his ICU jumper, so what can we say?
Listen, like 65, not even joking, like 65% of my friends, my close friends, are gay. And do you know what I mean? If they're looking at me, they're thinking, oh, baby, looking great.
I mean,
I had a mail of honor at my wedding.
You did.
Didn't have
that was me. That was me. I was sat down.
Yeah.
Oh, did you? Oh, I get you now. Yeah, I get you. To be fair, it's cause and effect. I mean, look at Bibby in that ICU jersey. Nice. Anyway, 12 says MySpace. Yeah. The thing is, MySpace just got it. I wouldn't really say it broke itself in that sort of sense. MySpace died because things just got better quicker. So I was reluctant to stop using MySpace and to go over to Facebook to the point where, so when I was at uni, my mates Amanda and Rebecca, we were sat in the library revising, because that's what you do when you're in the library, and not playing around on MySpace and Facebook, clearly. And Amanda and Rebecca went, you need to get on Facebook, because I can't be signing up for another platform. Same sort of thing. And they went, we'll do it for you. So they grabbed a bunch of my pictures, created an account for me, set it up, put my own pictures on. So I was like, fuck it, go on then, my pictures there, I'll start using it. And then that was it. A week later, MySpace gone, never looked back. And same a few years later with Facebook. Get that fucking out of here. But yeah.
So without MySpace, there'd be no Hadouken, there'd be no Enter Shikari, there'd be no Bullet for My Valentine. Like all of these amazing artists that came through the MySpace scene, never would have had them. Because it was just. Like, was he on MySpace?
Yeah, like so MySpace was a huge part of I Think You're Great. That was the first ever UK number one to get to number one based on downloads and digital plays alone. Like, and that was hugely because of MySpace. It was a huge, obviously, music pusher at that point in time. And Niles Barkley was same sort of era. Was it like 2007, 6, something like that? I don't know what it was.
Apparently, Arctic Monkeys were massive on there, but I don't remember that. I bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor was the first tune that I ever heard of them, which was their first single. But I'm guessing Beneath the Boardwalk would have been songs that was on MySpace. I'm just googling now. Calvin Harris, apparently, Sean Kingston.
Yeah,
all of these were
pretty much
MySpaces.
anything that was big in that time frame will have been pushed. Will have been given some form of MySpace credit, even though it probably was just. That was a side effect. Some of them that stand out more, like from what I remember, Arctic Monkeys was quite big, but the same two people I've just mentioned, Amanda and Becky. Amanda's from Barnsley, so naturally she was a massive Arctic Monkeys fan anyway, from that sort of neck of the woods, South Yorkshire sort of stuff. So she was all about Arctic Monkeys on her MySpace at that point in time. So I remember Arctic Monkeys from MySpace and Niles Barkley and what I can't remember is the dude that does the singing in it. I can't remember. Anyway, that came from that. So yeah, MySpace clearly was big. It just got left behind. Whereas Twitter is still big and is just making sure that people leave it behind, which is a completely different thing. So
did you know that CeeLo Green and Niles
that's it.
Barkley were the same people?
CeeLo
It's
Brown.
the same person.
Is it CeeLo Green? CeeLo Brown?
CeeLo Green.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Niles
know.
Barkley. I had no idea that there was the same person, despite obviously being the same person in the videos. It just shows a completely different alias, and that's how easy it is to fool me. I had no idea.
I did hear contrasting stories. I mean, I know CeeLo and Niles Barkley are the same person, air quotes, but I did have someone else say to me that Niles Barkley isn't him, but it's him and someone else. Like Gorillaz isn't Damon Albarn, it's Damon Albarn and a few others. So I got told that...
Even more embarrassing about that.
Yeah. So like, well, you got something... Did you not know that was Damon Albarn? Oh, nice.
Literally about 3 years ago, right? And I fucking love Gorillaz, right? I fucking love Gorillaz. I wasn't the biggest Blur fan, but everyone knows like the same 5 Blur songs, right? His voice is so like you can spot it a mile away. And I think because of the cartoon, it just completely went out again. Very easy to dupe me. I had no idea. Literally 3 years ago, it was like a top 8 Mojo. Is it Mojo or something like that? That's on YouTube. That does all the top 8s, top 10s and stuff. Watch Mojo, that was it. It was a Watch Mojo thing that was like 8 artists that you didn't know was in bands or something, and that was like number 3. So I'm not the only fucking idiot out there, but I'm definitely the biggest idiot of my friends that didn't know that.
To be fair, most people that got... I know this is the scoop, talking about video game news. We're still on the first story, 50 minutes in, and we're now talking about fucking...
yeah, this is the scoop, Graham.
Nice.
This is what we end up doing.
To be fair, most people's first introduction to Gorillaz was Gorillaz and the Ed Case remix. so Gorillaz,
Eastwood, mate.
yeah, absolute
the Ed Case
banger.
remix. Oh yes.
So like,
yes.
But when you're hearing the Ed Case remix, there's no way you're thinking that's fucking. So bring me coffee and TV. No, what? So I mean, that was an absolute banger. Absolute.
It was.
Banger,
that. I said everyone knows like the same top 6 Blur songs, but every single one of them are bangers. Like you can't get away from song 2, can you? It's like on FIFA 98 or whatever, and it's just that fucking song slaps so hard.
Nice. Okay, let me catch up. Hasn't Elon banned a reporter for going against TOS, but they haven't. He just didn't like who the reporter covered in an article that covered a hacked politician's files. Doesn't surprise me. It's we have set rules for everyone as long as I interpret it that way. And even if I don't interpret it that way, fuck it, I'm in charge, so what I say goes. Which is bullshit, because any platform can work that way. You'll get these freedom of speech people that'll come in and go, to be fair, it's not the government, it's a private business owned by a dude. He can do what he wants. Yeah, but when it goes against what you want, then you'll piss and moan and shit. So fuck you. And that's the thing, like, Twitter was held to societal standards when it was there before. It didn't always win. It has a lot of problems and always has, just like any mainstream platform has, with keeping up with progression from a societal standpoint, holding people to task, be that politicians, be that just bad people on the internet, whatever it is. There's always failings of businesses that's that. But Twitter tried, and it had teams of people that were there to ensure that they tried to keep up with that sort of stuff. And yeah, now they've just got a shit stain that is full on. Everything's great as long as it's my thought, my train of thought. So
I saw Spike this morning reply to something. I might have quote tweeted it, where Elon Musk is paying for like 5 or 6, maybe even more top high profile celebrities. So like LeBron James, for instance, he's not paid for it, but Elon Musk is paying for that for LeBron James. So I think what Spike said is right. Basically, he knows he's fucked up, but he's too far down the rabbit hole at this moment in time to turn back. So he's just kind of covering his tracks by paying for it out of his own pocket to try and keep the people like LeBron James with a tick. People he likes, basically.
Stephen King. Stephen
Yeah.
King has the blue tick, and if you click on a profile now that has the blue tick, it'll say this account is subscribed to Twitter Blue and has verified their account through their phone number. And Stephen King this morning tweeted out saying, I haven't subscribed to anything and I haven't verified anything on my phone. It's like, well, that's awkward. Hey, I really like your book, Stephen King. Okay, great, but don't fucking put words in my mouth, you absolute tit.
So they already have his phone number. They already have his account secure with two-factor authentication. And now Elon is paying for that out of his own pocket just to try and keep the people who he likes sweet. Okay, again, it's not across the board anymore, is it?
Nobody knows what it is anymore. Nobody knows. I got it wrong. It was someone who is anti-trans activist, not a politician, and the reporter is from Wired, so not just some random. It doesn't align with his train of thought, so fuck this shit. It's stupid. It's stupid. You should remember crab football because I did it at Raw Fault. Oh, there you go. I mean, telling me that I should remember it because you did it's probably not the greatest way to start a conversation. You should remember something because I did it. No, that means you should probably remember it, because I didn't. He's a Ken Dodd fan. Titter ye not. Exactly. Bib has definitely handed over his bank details to bail out a Ugandan prince via email. 100%.
No comment. I told him that in confidence.
Jenkins! Oh, darling, how you doing, love?
Hey, sugar.
Yeah. For anyone that doesn't know, do yourself a favor right now. Click on the name Jenkins 2009 in chat. Click on it. Do you know what? I'll make it easier for you. I'll do one of these, exclamation mark, so, and actually / shout out. I always forget what my at key is on this keyboard because it's American and it's not an at key. Push. Yeah! Go on then. Go follow Jenkins. I'll give you 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, the very quick seconds. 2, 1. Nice! Go follow him. He's good people. We like him. We like Jenkins.
Very good people.
So yes, Xbox owners can no longer share their game upload straight to Twitter. You scored a goal. It's absolute banging. Well, Elon doesn't care. You're not putting it on Twitter. But you can if you put it on your phone and tweet it out that way. Like a lot of people do that anyway. Better control over the clips and stuff. But whatever. It's just a weird decision that didn't need to be made. But there you go.
From a very weird bloke.
Correct. Anyway, talking about weird blokes, Fantastic is a developer. I don't know whether the weird blokes or not, to be fair, but weird decisions. That fucking stands out for sure. Do you laughing at? I mean,
nothing, Graham.
To be fair, I saw a video of two dudes stood in a fucking like Siberian frozen forest talking about weird stuff on the Fantastic YouTube channel. So they do seem like weird blokes a little bit.
Yeah, well within your right at that point.
So yeah, weird blokes. But I was going for the tangent. I don't know whether they're weird blokes. I kind of feel like they're weird blokes, but it's definitely weird decisions. Nice. So Victoria Kennedy of Eurogamer has the article. It says the day before beta is coming as developer reemerges following calendar app kerfuffle. Fantastic plans to get it back on Steam. So if you missed all of this, hopefully we'll give you a little bit of a recap. If not, we'll do it just afterwards. But the day before developer Fantastic has reemerged with news of the beta test for its highly anticipated, and that's an understatement and a half. It was like the most anticipated, or was the most anticipated game on Steam, being the most wishlist game anyway. But the most anticipated but held up zombie MMO ahead of a full release on the 10th of November. As a reminder, this is what we're after, the day before was originally meant to release in March before its launch was delayed. In a bizarre series of events, it transpired that Fantastic had failed to trademark the game's name, which had since been contested by the company behind the calendar app. All traces of the game were subsequently removed from Steam, and since then, very little has been heard at all. The day before has now re-emerged, however, with word from an administrator on the game's official Discord that a beta is now in the pipeline. The Fantastic spokesperson, known as Kentane, had the following to say, quote, "We understand that many of you have been eagerly waiting for the release of this game, and we want to thank you for your patience and support throughout the development process. We have been working hard to ensure that the game meets our high standards, and we are confident that it will be worth the wait." End quote. Kentane went on to say that the team will be conducting a beta test for the game, quote, closer to the release date, end quote, although they did not provide a time frame for this. Quote, "This will give players the opportunity to try out the game before it is released and provide valuable feedback that we can use to improve the final product," Kentane wrote before adding, "And for those wondering if the game is going to be on Steam, it should be on Steam, yes. Team is working on it. Nice. Straight to the point. End quote. Kentain then assured those still anticipating the game that the day before will officially release on the 10th of November. Notice how it doesn't say any year there, it just says the 10th of November. Which one? Without further delay. Early this year, Fantastic faced criticism for its lack of transparency, with many suggesting that the day before was all some kind of scam CCTDO. The developer went on to rebuff these claims, stating that when the game comes out, people will finally see the truth. Is it real, Bib? Is it real?
Yes, I just don't think it's going to come out to the fanfare that we thought this game was going to achieve. I do believe that this game will come out. I just don't know if it's going to be very good. There was some talk of with this being absolute bullshit with the copyright name, just being another lie essentially to try and get ahead of them, basically saying that it's not a real game or anything. But it did actually turn out that this was actually true. The people who filed for the patent for the name are actually a real company. So yeah, it's probably something that they should have done, and they've acknowledged that they should have done this a hell of a lot sooner, rather than waiting for the game. It wasn't a snapshot that there was meant to be showing. Was it a beta that there was meant to be being released, or an alpha? And that's when all the cards came down, because it was like, it's coming out in 2 days, and then it went silent. It was like a month and a half ago.
It was. I don't know if it was as far as a beta or an alpha, but it was definitely. It might have just been video content, but it was further updates at least.
Yeah.
But it would have been further updates 2 months before the game was due to be released, because it was supposed to come out in April. So it was like end of January, early February. There was supposed to be a big content splurge, and it was like, oh fuck, the content shit's not happening because we all the reasons. Also, we legitimately are real. Trust me, source.
Trust me, bro.
Let's go. So yeah, I do believe this is real though. I know it was kind of one of those things. Like, is it real? Yes, I fully believe it is. Let me just add the discussing now. I'll just take that bit off the article. The day before beta coming soon? Question mark. Oh, that says coming soon. Nope, that means something completely different. Post.
This is a family show, son.
So yeah, I mean, we've been on mailing lists from Fantastic, which is the dev, and Mytona, which is the publisher, for about 2 years now. You don't get those sort of mailing lists just giving you information, providing you links to Google Drives with files and stuff in it, if you're not some form of legitimate stuff. Because just paying someone for 2 years to do that shit is a lot of money. And these haven't taken a penny off anyone yet. So it would be it's the longest scam in the history of the world, because the scammers haven't been paid at all throughout any of this. So yeah, it's real for me. The only thing I would say is real doesn't necessarily mean good. So hopefully it's as good as it looks, it's as good as it's been promised, and it's as good as we have seen evidenced in trailers. But every single person, I imagine, that ever watches or listens to this podcast can have at least one, probably numerous, trailers of games that have looked great, that have been shit when they've actually got their hands on. So,
Resident Evil 6.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 6 had a fucking amazing trailer, and I remember sitting in my front room downloading. Remember back on the 360 where you could download trailers for games? That was something that I always ended up used to do anyway. It used to be on the splash screen on the front of your dashboard, and you used to be able to click it, either watch it or download it. And I thought, I'm downloading it. I want to see this in all its 1080p. And I thought, fuck yeah, I'm in. And then obviously the game was hot garbage, but they made that trailer look kick-ass. There's Leon flying through the fucking plane, and it's all dark, and zombies are just popping out, and he's like, bang, bang, bang. And I thought, this is fucking sick. And it turned out to be absolutely shit.
You've absolutely just unlocked a little memory in my brain then as well. Like, do you remember when you could download trailers on the Xbox 360? If you'd have said, could you download trailers on the Xbox 360? I'd have been like, oh, I don't know, actually. But the fact that you said do you remember when you used to be able to download? You told my brain that it was a thing. My brain went, actually, it was a thing, and then unlocked a little pocket of memory that's been shelved away forever, which was me, like, having no HD video content, so just downloading trailers to be able to watch things in 1080p.
Yeah.
Fucking
So,
wow.
I mean, kids don't know, these days don't know the fucking board.
I've got 1080p screen, I've got a 1080p console and shit. Should we watch some? Have you got anything? No. let's wait 7 hours for this 50-second trailer to download so I can watch that. Oh.
There was loads of stuff that was on the free side. Again, a massive tangent. There was loads of like I'm sure that's how I used to watch Xbox On way back in the day.
Yeah, it used to.
Yeah,
it used to be on.
Yeah, it used to be on there, and there was something called The Guild, and it was like a little 5-minute show, but there'd be like fucking 100 episodes and different seasons and stuff like that. And it was just like, did you ever watch The Online Gamer from Reckless Tortuga? It's very similar to that, but it was just very poorly acted. It was it was filmed on a fucking potato, but I was addicted to watching it. It was just of guys and girls all doing this like little World of Warcrafty guild type of thing. Fucking boring. I imagine it's terrible now if I went back and watched it, but back then, being able to watch that shit on your Xbox 360, man. I mean, that's how I started watching on my PS4 on the IGN app. That's all I found kind of funny, because Greg and Colin used to do the PlayStation show on that. The name evades me now. I can't remember what it was called back then. Beyond, that was it. They did a show called Beyond.
Oh, no, not Stephen then. Beyond. I thought it was Stephen.
No, Beyond.
Fucking The Guild. What an absolute throwback. Felicia Day. I remember, like, tweeting Felicia Day. One of my first tweets was, like, something about, no way did I know that we had the same surname, or something like that. And it was like, great. Like a year later, I saw the tweet. I was like, well, I'm deleting that because that's pretty embarrassing. What a shit tweet that was. So, yeah, nice. So, yeah, anyway, the day before has a beta. It's coming soonish. The game's not out until November, but that's going to fly by because we're in April. That's only 6 or 7 months away. So the beta, you feel, has to be coming 3, 4, 5 months away. If it's going to be a beta that they've said is going to allow them to change the quality of the final game, if the game is sticking to that day and date launch of, did they say November 10th? Yeah, 10th of November, day and date, November 10th. If that game is coming out at that point and they want the beta to have a meaningful impact on the quality of that game, 3 months is the maximum from now when that should be coming out. Maybe less, because you can't just go, oh, here's a game, yeah, play the beta, and then we'll change all of the stuff for next week. That does not happen, especially if you aren't fucking Activision. If you are fantastic without the first A, so fantastic, you probably don't have all the developers in the world, so you will need the extra time to make stuff happen. So it remains to be seen. Either we get a beta in the next couple of months, or we get a beta that's going to affect the game post-launch, is the way that I see it. Or the game goes back again. But, you know, that's also possible too.
Back on the shelf.
Correct. So that is a game that is definitely probably happening, and potentially definitely possibly is real, definitely-ish. Just like this, from Victoria Kennedy, also at Eurogame. It says, photorealistic bodycam game, unrecord. I'll go with unrecord because that's what Bibby said. It gets an official trailer and a Steam page. Update, developer shares in-game development footage to further prove game is real. I'm going to hit play on, naturally, this. Oh, that's a YouTube video. There we go. This video here, which is a Twitter embed. It's actually yeeted me out to Twitter, which is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to play it within the window. Fuck's sake. Do you know what? I'm not gonna read Victoria Kennedy's article. I will play the video though. I'm gonna mute it. So this is the video. This is in-engine, in-game footage. This isn't a camera mounted on someone and then they've just stuck it in and have put a few gamey bits on top of it. This is legit real footage of in-game stuff. Did not believe it myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've seen other people going, how can you not tell it's a game? And don't get me wrong, there's points you can. Obviously, the heads-up stuff, like that 5 out of 15 bullets left, obviously that's been put in. But that could have been put in post. And there's a few bits where you think, you've made that look a little bit more gamified. Like the dude here falling on the floor, that's clearly like that's clearly animated. The way the door goes, but so much else just looks so good that you're like, nah, this is real world footage that someone's used as a basis to animate but downgrade from full live textures to high 8K, 4K, 1080, whatever stuff. So me and Bibby were watching it in the office yesterday or Tuesday, and we were like, I'm not convinced. I mean, it looks fucking good, but then at the same time, it looks too good to be true. I'm not convinced. What did you guys think? Have you seen this? Oh, let me pause that. Have you seen this clip? Because we weren't. I'm proud to say it. There's a lot of people going, how the fuck can you not tell it's a fucking video game? And it's just like, all right, get over yourself. Settle down, mate. It's fucking hell. But like, that was then followed up with, I'll just jump up to the update. So we won't go through the original story. I'll just come back to this. Go on to the update for Victoria Kennedy, where she says, updates! Unrecord's co-creator has released some in-engine development footage to further prove that the game is not fake. After yesterday's trailer made the rounds, many felt that Unrecord looked too good to be true. Now, Drama's Alexandre Spindler has shared a short clip of Unrecord showing the game being developed with UE5. The footage sees the developer manipulating the game's environment before resuming gameplay. Then, once inside of Unrecord's buildings, the developer proceeds to make more edits to the surroundings. For those who thought Unrecord was fake or a video, sorry, Spindler wrote alongside the footage, which you can see for yourself in the tweet below. Yeah, naturally, this one plays in the fucking thing. Oh, never mind.
Was it?
It was doing, but now it isn't. Full screen. There. Nice. This is a Twitter video. That's why it looks like a smashed lasagna. So, yeah, now you can see it's just really well textured.
Yeah. It's it looks amazing, let's be honest. Like, this is the best looking game on there, but I have seen a few other conversations going around about this. Coincidentally, one of them from Trainwreck, mentioning that is this going to be a stick used to beat video gamers with? Because it looks super realistic. It looks like a shooter simulator, shall we say. Obviously, the heinous crimes that have been happening very recently, and then ones that have happened historically, where people have gone and done extremely horrible things, and then that's been linked back to video games. And this kind of feels very postally, shall we say. I can see I can see where they're coming from with that kind of comment, because it does look a little too realistic. It does look like someone will be able to fulfill their most disgusting things, especially if people are able to mod stuff within the game. But I mean, you could probably arguably say that about a lot of games, but I think it's the hyper realism of this that kind of gives you the impression that this may be used as a stick to beat us gamers with. But we've always gone for realism within video games, and there's a lot of video games out there now, Call of Duty, for instance, that looks extremely realistic, and they will always have that being thrown in their face, especially when things start to not go their way around the world. But yeah, this could be the game that kind of tips the point, in my opinion, because it looks too realistic, in my opinion.
No, I think fuck those guys. Because, I mean, I completely agree with what you're saying in terms of it. It looks so real that I didn't think it was a video game.
That's why I'm going with it, yeah.
Whereas, I feel like that will just be absorbed by the industry, by the world. I know it's a completely different sentiment, but I remember seeing fucking FIFA or 4 or whatever on the PS2, PS3, thinking, oh my God, can these graphics ever be beaten? And naturally, yeah, clearly they were a bajillion times. But like, I do feel like that is held up a little bit by the fact that it is by design hamstrung. It is a body cam. So the way that the camera like bends the image to make it super wide angle, gets it in, that sort of stuff naturally comes with a little bit of, okay, that looks super realistic, because your brain's already accounting for the fact that you're not looking at something real, you're looking at a cameraed version of it. So I feel like that does help it. I don't feel we're quite at that point yet, but I also feel like that's been something that's been used against video games for the last 30 years. These games will make people do stuff. People can actually see 3 pixels that represent a dude now, and yeah, it shot the other 3 pixels. How will kids get? Think of the children. And then we've gone from like 2D stuff to 3D polygons to HD texturing to whatever. I feel like that will always be a conversation, and shithouses always want to turn it into that sort of way, either for the right reasons to draw awareness to say, look, it's just a fucking game. Shut the fuck up. Films show what's basically real as well, and they've been doing the same sort of thing, but people, you know, that's still a thing. Shut the fuck up. So yeah, I'm not willing to have that conversation. There has been so much stuff that's disproven the link between video games and violence and aggression that's a non-starter for me. But in terms of the quality of the content that's there, it looks incredible, like to the point where I want that. And for someone that plays games like PUBG on console by choice, that naturally, I forget how good PUBG looks. If you load up PUBG, even at minimum level textures on PC, it looks incredible. You play it at like high level stuff, my God, what a game. And then this is about 72 years of development ahead of that. I want that fucking level of stuff in video games. Absolutely. Yes, please. And that just shows you what we have not even too far away, because that is not the first time we've seen a clip that's at this visual parity. We saw someone create a video of a tube station, a train station in Tokyo that went full dark and cryptic and scary and shit in UE5. We've seen a bunch of different small, like 1 or 2 person dev games on UE5 that look phenomenal. Now this kind of thing, yes, please. Fucking PS5, Xbox Series consoles, PCs, whatever platform you're playing it on. I want more of that. Just give me the fucking UE5 stuff, because we've seen it now for 3 years and we're not really playing it yet. Just give it really. Okay, let me catch you up. Beach, welcome in. Unreal 5 looks so terrifyingly realistic. It does so much. Lumen, Nanite, and all of the other stuff that they've got in there, phenomenal. I can't wait until we get games properly accessing this. Like, even the Matrix demo that someone turned into a Superman game looked phenomenal. So more games using it, please. Night Trap was fantastic. Blew my mind. Exactly. So good. Maybe you can tell, but you have to admit it's leaps and bounds ahead of the current shooters. Oh, absolutely. Genuinely, I could still look at that and think that was a real clip. It's only when it does things like, and that's the bit where I thought it was a real clip that someone's video gamified. Like you'll see those, like there was a bunch of videos a few years ago where people were following dudes around with a camera held up in the air, so you got that third person over the shoulder perspective, and doing GTA sort of videos, and people had figured out how to do the certain walks and turns so it looked like a video game in real life. I thought maybe it's someone doing that sort of vibe, video game in real life, but then in post-production are downscaling stuff, are making objects super sharp in the resolution to make the corners a bit more jagged so it looks a bit faker and stuff like that, because in certain shots you can see it. But then you're thinking, there's other shots and you're thinking, fuck me, that if that is video game graphics, I would 100% take that as realistic footage. What the fuck? So, yeah, it's either real life that someone's made into a video game, or it's a video game that's too fucking close to real life, but in a good way. In a good way. I can't imagine the spec needed to run that. If you didn't watch the Greg Miller video about PC gamers versus PlayStation gamers yesterday, it's all right. Just get yourself a 3040 1085 series graphics card and you'll be fine. A 3040 85. Nice. It looks like a Corridor Crew video, a bit like their Boston Dynamics robot does. Goes bad shooting at people and runs away, that people thought was... It does, yeah, that sort of vibe, yeah. Go home, it's past 5. Fuck, it is as well. I said the same, the camera helps it. The Steam page shows no previous games, so if this is their first effort, I'm suspicious. I'm not, genuinely, because of UE5. Not because of the power of UE5, but UE5 is a new engine. And a new engine is new technology and new functions. A lot of it will be the same as UE4, but a lot of it will be different as well. And there has been repeatedly throughout history people that are the first people to come off the education production line with 3 years of, air quotes, experience, i.e. college, university, whatever, learning new tech, because it's hard to learn new tech on the job because you have to get paid to effectively be useless. You're getting paid for all the skills that you've got, so why am I going to pay you to get new ones? Because I can pay you to just use the ones that you've got. So quite often, people that come off the education production line will just release something that's phenomenal, especially if it coincides with the drop of a new tech and when no one's fully using UE5 yet. And if there's people out there that have been going to a course that's been heavily funded by Epic and Unreal and then come off that production line with 3 years of experience programming it, they could just shit something out like this, whereas it'll take another company 6 months of just getting hands-on to work out the foundation. So with something like that, because of where we are in the video game engine lifecycle, I'm not overly dubious. I mean, I will still have a level of dubiousness around it, but real word. But yeah, for that, I'm like, oh, do you know what? There's a very, very real slant where this could be legit. But it looks great. It does. It's also not an FPS. It's a detective game. Is that how detectives work? I mean, that's if you've seen anything to do with the American police over the last 5 years, that's how all American detectives work, right? Shoot first, ask questions. I'm sorry, Americans. I'm only joking. Apparently, the Steam page does now say it's an FPS. Ignore me. Fuck's sake, Tito. God.
Disgusting. Good
day, ladies and gents. Good day, OP3. Tally ho, been. OP3. I'll read. This is the Corridor Crew one, but it is real life. I'm not going to watch that because we're already over, but thank you. Did someone say something? No. A mate of mine had his stag do during lockdown. His mates did a real life VR game where his mates played the NPCs and he controlled. I'll put it on Discord if you can find it. Yeah, do it. I remember seeing that for Hitman. There was a really good Hitman crossover back about, I want to say 9-10 years, maybe 7 to 9 years ago, probably thinking about it, where it was like the first Hitman contracts maybe, and IO or Square, whoever it was at that point in time, I feel like it will have been IO in charge. I don't know. Anyway, maybe Square. They set up a manor house, and the manor house was, imagine you're playing a Hitman game and you are Agent 47 walking into a party and you've got missions to do. They basically got an Agent 47 actor strapped a camera over his shoulder, so it gave you that third-person angle. Agent 47 had an earpiece in, and then they got shitloads of influencers. They got Holly Bennett and the crew from PS Access, and they all went into like a control room that was basically set up like the ICU studio, shitloads of screens and a microphone, and they were going like, okay, Agent 47, walk forward, go through that room. Check the cupboard on your left. So they were verbally talking to someone to get that VR over the shoulder human control stuff. So they weren't using a controller. It was all verbal stuff as telling him what to do. So they had to make him go through, shit, no, there's a guy over there. He's got a gun. Turn around, go back. So Agent 47 turns around, goes back and goes up another way. Comes, oh, there he is. Stick the poison in that. And then some act dude walks in the room, picks up his ring, goes, blah, and falls. Fucking amazing. Love shit like that. So yes, definitely share that shit in the Discord. Anyway. Do you know what? We are over time. It's past 5 o'clock. We've both got food to be eaten, families to see, so we are going to shelve our last story. We'll call it there. If you missed it, if you haven't been here so far, we've spoken about the fact that Xbox have just said, elongated muskrat, screw you, bitch. That's not exactly the words that they said, but basically...
Close.
Yeah, kind of. If you've got an Xbox, the gist of it is you can't share your clips straight to Twitter anymore without going through another device like a mobile phone, because Elon Musk has Elon Musked that relationship, and Microsoft are big enough to not really care. So, unfortunate, but not the end of the world. More unfortunate for Twitter than Xbox. After that, we spoke about the day before, which apparently has a beta coming soon. We'll keep you updated with that. We then spoke about Unrecord or Unrecord apparently being legit and looks fecking phenomenal. What we didn't speak about, though, was the fact that Ubisoft is showing off the Division Heartland and reveals the 5-year roadmap for Division 2. We'll talk about that next week, and we will move that forward, because I do want to speak about that. I purely for my own angle. I've not seen what's been said on that, and I know that we've got people like Tito within our community, Bibby obviously as well, that have played a bunch of time on the Division. So for me personally, I want to come back to that story. So we will cover that one next week. So feel free to join us for that. For now, the one thing that we will do before we wrap up is !FF.
Free game Friday.
Thank you for that musical interlude, Bib. I don't know how you did it without even moving your lips. It was great.
You're welcome.
Morgan Parker, PC Gamer, has this article which talks about this week's free Epic Game Store games. So outside of the holidays, Epic sticks to a weekly schedule for handing out freebies. So keep an eye out for each week's new free choices. For this week, April 20th, yesterday, until April 27th, that's about 4 p.m. next Thursday, Never Alone, Kisima Ingechuna, and Beyond Blue. So for our freebies on the Epic Game Store this week, we've got a couple of narrative experiences from Elon Media. The first, Never Alone, and then in brackets, this is Kisima Ingechuna. I don't know how, I'm probably butchering that. We'll pretend it's fine. Retells an Inupiat tale as Nunu and her companion Fox seek out the cause of an endless blizzard. Developed in partnership with the Cook Inlet Tribal Council. Never Alone features insights. So what's Inupiat? Like, I don't know what that means. Does anyone know what that word means? Is that I don't know from my ignorance. Is that something to do with like Inuit people? I'm saying that because I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation for that word either. Because there's a kid that's got like snow gear and stuff on, and there's a snowy fox in the picture. Is that how you pronounce that word? I don't know. I'm not educated enough to know that, so I apologize. But the picture looks badass. I really like that sort of art style. It kind of reminds me of that sort of like what was the one that Asim worked on? Roku. Like it kind of similar sort of. I love that art style. It looks good. So yeah, that's Never Alone, Kisima Ingechuna. After that, the second freebie, Beyond Blue, is an ocean diving adventure where you'll explore the deep sea across 8 different research dives. Along the way, you'll unlock 16 mini documentaries from leading ocean experts. That sounds pretty cool as well. That actually sounds good. Decent games. And they're free. I mean, you may think, do you know what? I'm not that bothered about deep sea ocean diving with a couple of documentary bits, and I'm not that bothered about cartoony foxy stuff or whatever. But if it's free, could be a cool experience. Free. Yeah, check them out. If you've got the Epic Game Store launcher, just load it up and you can add them to your library from there, or just do it through browser, whatever. You've got until next Thursday to grab those, so make sure you do it. That's it.
Yeah.
Nice. So we are going to disappear. Reminder, though, that Bibby is coming back on tonight, which is part of the reason why we're bailing now, because he has to go and spend time with his family before he abandons his family. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
He might not make it out alive.
Well, you're playing Dead Island. That's kind of the point.
Yeah.
So yeah, join Bibby tonight playing Dead Island. But before that, Mr. Bibb, is there what you'd like to add?
Yeah. You should know the drill by now. If you want to help shape the remaining 5 shows that we have, or the start of the 5 shows next week, there's 2 ways that you can do so. First of all, find us on social media. It is at Ice Cream Uploads across all major social media platforms. Or alternatively, get involved with our Discord. All the links that you require will be listed in the description of this episode below, but only from you as a URL. Plus your thoughts and impressions. We will then give you our thoughts and impressions on the very next show, which will be what time on Monday, Mr. Graham Day?
10 a.m.?
Who knows, right?
Who fucking knows? 10 a.m.-ish. Join us 10 a.m.-ish. So yeah, reminder, Bibby's going to be back tonight. Have you got an ETA, rough ETA?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be around 7 o'clock-ish, but it's probably going to be a little bit later than that, to be honest. I need to sort the boy out and have tea and stuff.
Yeah. So the next 2 hours-ish, give or take, 7:30-ish. You know the drill. It's video games and life. So just make sure you follow us on Twitch. That way you will get notified. You will then get notified just over 12 hours after that. By the time Baby's finished, 10 o'clock-ish in the morning, I will be live with the boys playing some PUBG, chasing grids with the mates. So do feel free to join us tonight, tomorrow. Not Sunday, though. Obviously, reminder, Bibby is playing tonight. He's not playing on Sunday. So back to back content now, later, the morning, and then you can have some time off before we hit you again.
Let's go
on Monday. Nice. Speaking of let's go, that's what we're going to do. We are going to disappear. Stick around. We'll find one of our friends, see if we could drop a raid on.
Nacho!
Is he alive? Nice. I was going to say, I'm going to check if Nacho's live, but Bibby's done it already because Nacho is playing the game that we will be playing in a bit. That is Dead Island. So stick around for the raid. We'll drop in on him, but until later on with Bib tomorrow, for me, have yourselves a beautiful weekend and stay frosty.